Welcome back to D-Dub, and today on the channel we are checking out Katana Zero for the Nintendo Switch. So here we have Katana Zero. We saw it a couple months ago, I think in February, on the Nintendo Switch Nindies Showcase. And I saw the other day that it was coming out, so I went ahead and pre-ordered it. I kind of saw some other videos on it and some of the gameplay from PAX East, but I didn't do too much homework on this, so I kind of was just thinking it was just like a regular kind of 2D, Metroidvania action kind of ninja slicing type game, running around killing stuff, going on missions, going through levels. But this is a little bit different here, and it's kind of like, it reminds me of like Meat Boy / Celeste in the progression and kind of the level design, in terms of you don't just go from room to room without any type of consequence, or if you die, you go back to the last checkpoint. You're going from piece of room to piece of room like Celeste, and if you die, if you're not witty enough, if you're not using your skills good enough, and you get seen, you get shot at, and it's basically insta-death. So this is a really intensive, you die, you go back to the beginning of this part of the level. So it's kind of designed like that, and I'm about probably like a good hour and a half into this game at this point. So we are a serial killer ninja who at some point was having some kind of, he was like a hitman that people hired, and now he is an ex-serial killer, and he's basically been sectioned off to a really slummy part of town, and he has to see a psychiatrist, and through the psychiatrist he's getting this medication, and they're trying to rehab him. They're trying to rehabilitate him in hopes that he can, I guess, get his life back together. So in the meantime here, we're living in this slummy apartment, and in between that, there's dream sequences that are really trippy, and the story is kind of unfolding, and it's really grabbing me and holding me in, because after playing just for like 10 minutes with the kind of insta-death and starting sections back over, I kind of was like, okay, it's like Celeste and Meat Boy. I wasn't really expecting that, and I didn't do my homework too thoroughly, and I guess I really didn't care to, because this game just looked good. But so you see here, if I blast through and then get shot once, no, that won't work. Press any button to restart. And then it does this VHS rewind here and starts you back at the beginning. So you pick up this knife, you bust through the door, you get killed again. Okay, so you start back over. So this is the gameplay here. You have a slow-mo, you have a tumble roll, you have a jump, you have a regular slash. That's pretty much it. Jump, slash, roll, slow-mo, and throw the like knives. There's like cups, glass bottles, Molotovs that you pick up. There's this meat cleaver right here that you can pick up and throw. So, and then with the right stick, sometimes there'll be like a second floor, and you can jump through that, and you can see the different guys. So then you have to plan, much like a Celeste or Meat Boy, except it's not a platformer, but you kind of have to think about your objectives. Sometimes you have turret guns or these armed guys here. Some of them throw stuff, some of them just shoot. So the object here is to blast through this door. As soon as I blast through the door, it kills that guy, and then you have to figure out how to slow down and try to bust through these guys. And at first, it's a little bit tricky. Now I'm just picking it back up after putting it down for a little bit, even just like a half hour, but it kind of takes you a minute to get back into the swing of things. And it is kind of tricky. At first, I wasn't really thinking that this was going to be a game for me. I just threw all my daggers. Okay, so I picked that up. You can't see behind my head up here, but that is where the A and B are for what you pick up and what you have, as well as the Y for your slash. Excuse me. So you have this beat 'em up style where at the end of each spot it says go, and it has the arrow pointing. And then what's weird is that in between each little piece of the stage here, you have this VHS type surveillance camera kind of rewind. And that's a little bit different. I've never really seen that before, and it's kind of weird because, you know, here it is, I'm done, and it just replays, and it does that for every single part. I believe you can get rid of that. You can go to the options here, and obviously it looks like an old, you know, VHS tape. And so here you got different things you can change, you know, text speed. That could probably, I wish that would slow down actually, because the text, you have these parts of the dialogue that unfold, and you have multiple choice, and I'm not sure exactly what the outcome is with depending on what you actually pick for your response for talking to certain people. But so anyway, you'll see in a minute. So right here you just have, you know, basic menus. So resume. This is a very vulgar, very violent, very bloody, and very twisted kind of game. I really wasn't expecting that. I was kind of figuring it would be a bloody ninja game. And when we saw the Nindies Direct Showcase and this was in it, it talked about, you know, getting your medicine, and it kind of showed your psychiatrist, you know, pulling out the syringe and pumping you with this, oh, choose floor. Okay, this is new. So I can't go there. Let's go to the Chapel of Doom. See, I could have gone through that door. I might have to exit back out. So as you can see here, it's got this very old school look to it with all the VHS and the track lines and rewinding. So as you can see, oh, I crashed. Okay, so I have to kill these guys and then hit the light that's down at the end of this ramp here. So I would slow down, hit him. If this guy shoots, you're pretty much done. Although you do have to time with your blade to deflect bullets. So it's a little bit tricky. This is a little bit of a puzzle Metroidvania kind of thing. Okay, so there I was supposed to jump out of the cart. So, oh. Well, that wasn't very nice on my part. So it gets a little bit tricky at times. And, okay, so I can't go back up. So I have already recorded this video before, but I didn't have my levels set correctly. And since I'm further into the game, I wasn't able to go back. So like I said, at this point, I'm about an hour and a half into the game. And at first, like I said, I didn't think it was really for me. Just with this kind of, like I said, Meat Boy and Celeste style. I don't know what you call that, where it's like this insta death and going back to that section of the checkpoint. I don't know what you actually call that. It's not like a rogue. So if you see here, you have lasers. You sometimes have to blast through. Oh. See, go, just like the old school beat 'em ups. So I like that. This game is definitely grabbing me with the story, which is, it's very twisted and really vulgar, and so you see there I died. And then without touching any buttons, that won't work, and it rewinds on you. So this game is $14.99 in the eShop. I think it might actually be, maybe it's like $16.99. I'll have to check in a second. But I got it with the, you know, early pre-order. I walked too fast. So as you can see here, I'm talking and trying to play this at the same time. So that gets a little bit tricky. I give props to the Let's Play people, or with me trying to do this. This is my first time doing a live play, like let's play of, oh, okay, I gotta jump. See, trying to formulate thoughts and jump at the same time, and run up the stairs, and hit this guy, and hit the thing, and see, you're supposed to crouch at the same time as you do that. So this is a skill-based trickster of a game with very twisted ninja, bloody gore. It's just very twisted. Murder, blood, gore, vulgarity. Alright, I gotta get through this part. So as you see there, you have your slow motion. Wait, what did I die from? I didn't even see that time. So as you see there, I rolled and was able to deflect the bullet. Oh, that's right, okay. So even though I'm going 2 miles an hour, the cart will blow up. Okay. Alright, so this is getting harder by the second because I have to let this cart go through. Come on. See, I'm walking too fast. This is getting stressful. Now I know how RGT feels. Alright, I gotta walk slowly. There we go. Alright, this cart better not blow up on me. Okay, so it's going through. I don't know if I can make it. Yeah, okay. See? And then every time it goes back. So, this game is getting tricky. I'm pretty sure I will get to a point. See, I didn't mean to jump. The controls in this, I don't really like the controls. They're a little... See, so the cart flew up, and even though I was out of frame, I still died. And I want to keep going so that you can see the next section here. But watching me die for 5 minutes in a row is not very entertaining. So I don't know how I'm supposed to... If I just ride it, I die. And as soon as it crashes into that, it dies. So I have to run up top. See, it doesn't even let me go to the next part. Wow. They haven't had anything this strung together. Yeah, and I feel the difficulty just ramped up from like a 2 to like a good 7.5. Like, getting pretty difficult here. But if this is the kind of game that interests you, I would say go and check it out. This just might be for you. I don't know if it's going to be for me long term. I wish that I had recorded the audio at an appropriate volume on the last video. Much better. And then the Elgato started to export it, and I feel that that was an actual... Think here. Go slow. You gotta slice everyone out of the way. Okay, there, I did it. I better not miss that jump. I'll be mad. I would think I'm supposed to, yeah, jump out there. Okay, so we're finally doing it. I hope that you guys have stuck with me here. So you got the slow-mo and the roll. You gotta definitely try to do that to deflect bullets back. See, and then you have the playback here. So at the end of every section, I'm guessing this is just so you can see your progress, because it's kind of weird that it shows it as a VHS tape with press X to eject. So that's kind of strange. So at the beginning of every mission, you have this piece of paper, which is your mission file, and at the end when you read it, it tells you what you need to do, and then it has a lighter go underneath it because it says kind of Inspector Gadget style, you know, destroy after reading. So as you see here, it's very bloody, very violent, and if you make a wrong move, that's pretty much it. You gotta start at the beginning of the chain. And so this part isn't so stressful, because even when I get a little bit further, it will just be more than likely just getting past this guy and that robot, and then picking up that Molotov and going through the next door. It won't be this big, strung together, you know, production like that last minecart ride. That was kind of ridiculous. So as you see here, you gotta really use this slow-mo and this roll. So anyways, yeah, I guess I'm gonna call it there. This has been D-Dub, and please subscribe. Please hit that like button if you would, and I will see you guys.